In 180 AD, a man sat in a tent on the frozen Danube River. Outside, his army was dying. Inside, he was writing. Not battle plans, not orders. A reminder to himself, you have power over your mind, not outside events. That man was Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful emperor on earth. And he understood something weak men still hate, and strong men quietly live by. In the next few minutes, you're going to see which one you are. Let me ask you something. What breaks a man? Is it losing his job, his money, his reputation? Is it betrayal, rejection, humiliation? No. What breaks a man is his reaction to those things. Two men can lose everything. One becomes bitter, loud, constantly complaining. The other becomes sharper, calmer, more dangerous, in the best way. They lived through the same event, but only one of them understood Stoicism. Weak men hate this philosophy. Strong men need it. Today, I'll show you why weak men secretly resist and attack Stoicism, what strong men understand that they don't, and how you can start acting like the second type. Starting today. Weak men don't hate all philosophies. They only hate the ones that touch their ego. Weak men want three things from any idea. First, comfort. They want to hear, it's not your fault. Life is just unfair. You couldn't do anything. Second, permission. Permission to stay the same. To keep the same habits, same reactions, same excuses. Third, validation. They want a label. I'm an empath. I'm just passionate. I'm a Sigma male. Anything that sounds deep but doesn't demand change. Now enter Stoicism. Stoicism does not say you're special because you suffer. It says you are responsible for what you do with that suffering. That is the first reason weak men hate it. At the heart of Stoicism, there's a brutal idea. There are things you control and things you don't. Epictetus said, some things are up to us and some are not. Weak men live as if everything is outside their control. My boss ruined my life. She broke me. The system is rigged. And here comes Stoicism saying, you don't control her, you don't control your boss, you don't control the market, but you do control how you respond, what you say, what you focus on, what you do next. Weak men hear this and feel attacked. Because if that's true, their favorite story dies. The story where they are always the victim. Strong men hear the same idea and feel something else. Power. If my reaction is mine, then my future is mine. That's why weak men hate Stoicism. It kills their excuses. And that's exactly why strong men need it. Let's be honest. Most modern men are addicted to validation, from women, from social media, from strangers' opinions. One text left on seen can ruin their entire day. Weak men think strength is about always reacting, explaining themselves, defending themselves, proving their worth to people who don't even respect them. And then they meet Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius writes, be indifferent to what makes no difference. Stoicism teaches you not every insult deserves a response. Not every rejection is a wound. Not every opinion needs to enter your mind. Weak men hate this, because if they stop chasing validation, they have to face something terrifying. Silence, their own thoughts, their own emptiness. Strong men do the opposite. They use that silence. They let people underestimate them. They let people talk. They let people project their weakness. And while the crowd is loud, the Stoic is building. Skills, discipline, character. Weak men hate Stoicism because it exposes how loud their insecurity really is. Weak men want power without pain, respect without discipline, confidence without sacrifice. Stoicism says, you don't get that. Seneca wrote, fire tests gold, suffering tests brave men. Weak men see discomfort as abuse. Training hard, too much. Being rejected, trauma, waking up early, toxic hustle. So they build their lives around avoiding pain, and they pay for it with something much worse: regret. Strong men understand something simple. You're going to suffer either way. You either choose the pain of discipline now or the pain of regret later. Stoicism doesn't celebrate pain for no reason. It teaches you to choose your pain, to turn it into fuel. Cold showers, hard conversations, saying no when you want to say yes just to be liked. Weak men look at this and say, "That's toxic, that's extreme." Strong men look at the same thing and say, "That's the price." And this is why they need Stoicism. It gives meaning to their struggle. It turns chaos into training. So what do strong men actually get from Stoicism? 3 things. A framework for chaos. Life will hit you. People will leave. Plans will fail. Strong men don't pretend this won't happen. They train for it. They rehearse loss in their minds, not to become pessimistic, but to stay calm when it arrives. Emotional control, not suppression. Stoicism is not about becoming a robot. It's about not being a slave. You can feel anger without letting anger speak for you. You can feel fear without letting fear decide for you. The emotion appears. You see it. You don't kneel to it. Purpose over image. Weak men build an image. Strong men build a life. Weak men want to look stoic. Strong men want to be stoic. One posts quotes, the other lives them. When Marcus Aurelius wrote his Meditations, he wasn't writing for Instagram. He was writing instructions to his own soul. Strong men use Stoicism the same way, as a private code, a personal standard, not a costume. Now the important part: how do you stop being the kind of man who hates Stoicism and start being the kind who needs it? Let's make this simple. 3 practices. Practice 1, the brutal list. Tonight, take a piece of paper. Write this at the top. Things I'm blaming that are not in my control. Then be honest. My ex, the economy, my parents, my boss. Under each one, write what is still in my control here. Your skills, your reactions, your daily habits, your standards. This is you taking your power back, one line at a time. Practice 2, the silence test. Next time someone disrespects you, ignores you, tests your boundaries, before you respond, give yourself 10 seconds of silence. Ask yourself, am I reacting for truth or for validation? If it's just validation, choose silence. Walk away. Let their words die in the air. You will feel withdrawal, like an addict without a drug. That's how you know you're getting stronger. Practice 3, daily discomfort. Every day, do one thing that makes you a bit uncomfortable on purpose. Cold shower, a hard workout. Saying no to something that wastes your time. Speaking the truth when a lie would be easier. At the end of the day, tell yourself, I did not avoid the fire today. That's how you become the man who doesn't break when real fire comes. If you've watched this far, you already feel the difference. Weak men hear Stoicism and get offended. Strong men hear Stoicism and get to work. If this message hit you, do 2 things. First, subscribe. We're building a brotherhood of men who refuse to be broken by the modern world. Men committed to stoic strength and self-mastery. Second, watch the next video. The stoic morning routine that builds unshakable discipline. It will show you how to start every single day with the mindset of Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca. Because philosophy without practice is just noise. We're not here for noise. We're here to forge strength. Welcome to Forged by Stoicism. Let's build something unbreakable.